All right. Welcome, Chippewa Valley and beyond. We are at our week 2 in the Strong Challenge, and this week's focus is on play. So my name is Amy Peterson Foss, and I am the Sports Center Director at the YMCA Sports Center.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bonnie Nicolai, and I am the Healthy Living Director at the YMCA of the Chippewa Valley Eau Claire branch. So this week's Strong Challenge is challenging you to play. I think we all need to have play in our lives. Play is defined as an activity for enjoyment or recreation, something that isn't necessarily planned or scheduled. And this week's challenge, we are inviting you to rediscover play.
So a couple things we're doing here at the YMCA are offering different ways for people to come together, gather, just get out, have some fun, get that laughter out and interact with others and just play. So a couple of things we're doing here at our facility at the Sports Center are we are welcoming everyone to come into our programs for free that are part of the Strong Challenge. So this week we have Family Fun Zone. That is a morning program for the little ones and kind of any stay-at-home moms and dads or grandparents or small daycares to be able to come in. And you don't have to sign up in advance. You can just kind of come in and they're able to play and kind of roam around and join in some different activities where we have an inflatable up, some different sports balls, riding toys, and again, just play items where the kids can get out and just have a good time. But then the parents and adults can interact as well. And then we also have pickleball. So pickleball is the craze that is ever popular and growing. So that we have, and we're offering that again tomorrow morning. So Thursday morning, if you've never played, or if you've played before and are trying to get in with the group, or if you just haven't done it and want to do something active, come on in. So we're doing that from 9 a.m. until noon tomorrow, so Thursday. For anyone who wants to enter. And we do ask that you bring your own paddle, but we've got 4 extras here. So if you're someone who's just getting into it or wants to check it out, just swing in, check in with us, and we can help get you started with that as well. And then the other thing we're doing is a family night. So on Friday night this week too, from 5 to 9, that's for somebody, any age group. So it could be the toddlers, the babies crawling around, all the way up to grandma and grandpa, whoever wants to come and just kind of interact, have fun, shoot some hoops, play volleyball, play football, soccer, just be active, be a kid, and have a little energy off while getting some smiles and laughter out as well.
Yeah, and the one thing that we are promoting is to use the day passes that you will receive as part of the Strong Challenge. If you are a YMCA non-member, just a community member, participating in the challenge and you do not have a Y membership, we do not want that to deter you from using our facilities. You are welcome to come in, use one of your 6 day passes to use our pools, shoot baskets in our gyms, participate in a fitness class. The tennis center will have some open court time on Friday night. We do weekly walks, things like that. But really, this week, we want to focus on play. Research affirms that playing makes you stronger. Laughter particularly relaxes your body. If you have a really good laugh, it helps relax your body for up to 45 minutes after you're done laughing. It releases dopamine and chemicals in the brain like serotonin that will help you relax and help you just proceed with your day in a relaxed way. Reduces stress and anxiety, gets your creative juices flowing. So we're just encouraging everybody to put at least 2 play activities on their calendar this week. You can put 20 activities on your calendar this week, but as part of the Strong Challenge, we're just encouraging you to do 2. So use those day passes to come to the Y. If you want to do something else, there are all kinds of things that you can do to play, whether you have kids or whether you're an adult. Play, research has found that play really enhances a child's creativity. It stimulates their imagination. It helps them attain skills like empathy, taking turns, bonding with their peers. It improves their concentration. And this is unstructured play. So it's not, okay, my son's going to go to a baseball practice and learn this, or they're going to go to violin. This is unstructured playtime. Bonding with their peers, like I said, spontaneity. There's so many things that play helps foster in children and adults.
Yeah, and I think there's lots of different ways. So whether you're at home, whether you can make it out to, you know, the Y or anywhere across here or to a playground, it's just think back to those times, just being kind of silly, being goofy, and just kind of that energy and that lightness that it brings over your body within it. I know today we're doing a Halloween party for our virtual students up here, and today I got to put on the costume, and it's just seeing the smiles in others, having a good laugh, being able to laugh at yourself, laugh with your friends and family. It's just such a good overall feeling and just such a stress reliever, and helps us to be strong, I guess, internally as well as on the outside, and just kind of offers that release that you don't get with all of the other structured stuff within there. So just being able to, I guess, challenge yourself to let go a little bit and just have fun with it. You have fun with the challenge and just allow yourself to be creative and lighthearted about it.
Yeah, I remember just thinking back to my childhood and how we would go outside in the morning, and we literally would not come back inside until it was dark. And we would eat wherever we ended up, whether it was at a friend's house or at our house. We would take 10 minutes to grab something to eat, but we moved from morning until night. And if it was rainy out, we didn't sit and watch TV. We did other activities. So with the onset of COVID, kids are home. We know that some kids are doing remote learning, and it's really important for kids to just get away from screens and play. And if I had one piece of advice, well, more than one piece of advice that I would give parents when they're playing with their kids is allow the child to initiate the activity. So let's go outside and play. And your child says, oh, what are we going to do? Well, what do you want to do? Let them choose. If you walk outside and they're having a hard time thinking and you see a big pile of leaves, say, what can we do with those leaves? You know, ask them open-ended questions. So they have to use their creative juices to, you know, come up with ideas. Same thing if they're with their peers and they're playing outside and they don't know what to do. Ask them open-ended questions so they can figure it out themselves, and resist giving direction. I mean, they take direction at school, they take direction at home when they're doing homework and doing their chores, and they take direction when they're at their music lessons. So playtime is just for creative time. And I think the other thing parents have a tendency to do is when there's games that involve winning, whether it's a board game or a video game or a game outside, resist allowing your child to win. And if they have a meltdown, they have a meltdown. They'll learn to deal with that. But that is a really good piece of advice. Let them win. They'll learn conflict resolution. They'll learn how to handle adversity and go from there. But on the way to getting there, make sure you applaud their effort. I have two sons. One of my sons, I will not name, was extremely competitive when he was younger, and he did not like losing, and he did not like adversity. And so we had to find creative ways to encourage him just by saying, I really liked your attitude when, you know, you lost, or I really liked how you helped your brother. So just let the kids initiate the activity. ask them open-ended questions so they can use their creative juices and use their imagination, and they'll learn from it while they're having fun. They don't even realize it half the time.
Yeah. And I think it's a confidence booster too. Once they learn to do things, it's a little bit, I know with my kids, and especially my older one, he's a little bit more hesitant at first to do things and, oh, what should I do? So allowing them to have that creativity to come up with stuff, but also leading by example and enjoying it with them. So getting out there and playing. It's one of those things in our family. The kids get a lot more enjoyment when they see the adults interacting too. So as adults, don't be afraid to hop right in there and do something goofy with them. That's half the fun of it, is not only getting to see it, but to be able to participate and take it in too. And Bonnie, when you said make sure not to let them win all the time, I have the opposite challenge on mine. Try to let them win sometimes. But
that does not surprise me.
But we're a competitive family and definitely in there. But yeah, during back in when everything first started, I was furloughed for 5 weeks. And as someone who doesn't find it easy to take days off, I was made to have days off, and it was a new challenge for me. And so just having 3 kids at home and trying to figure out what are we going to do to occupy them, keep it new, try to keep a positive attitude. And yeah, some of the creative things we did, I was trying to think, what kind of toys do we have and how can we use them in a different way? And we had a whole big barrel of little animals, or little tigers and lions and those sort of things. And we went on a safari hunt. We painted up their faces and we went outside. We got the Nerf guns and we put the animals around the outside, and then they got to come out and try to find them. So just being creative within it and just really having fun with it is so important to keeping a healthy mindset and just that overall strong body, strong mind.
Yeah. I love that. Who doesn't have small stuffed animals laying around their house, or big ones, I guess.
Yeah.
And if you don't, take a paper plate, draw the animals on it, write them, whatever. I'm sitting here and I'm have Play-Doh because if I'm stressed, sitting at my desk, it helps me relax. But one of the things my kids loved to do when they were younger is play with Play-Doh. And you can do a family challenge where everybody creates something and let the child pick what they want to create. It's a really good one. You can use the Play-Doh to spell words and, say, let's spell a word that describes your favorite thing about your sister or your brother or something like that. So play can initiate being in touch with their emotions and things like that. The other thing is on our website, on the Strong website, the week 2 page is we have some resources. We are going to be doing, is it Friday night, I believe, Halloween bingo. And you can sign up for that on our page. And then I believe you'll get your bingo card. You can dress up in a Halloween costume and participate in bingo Friday night. Whether it's as a family or you and your spouse or you and your significant other, you and your roommate. That will be a really good opportunity to enjoy Halloween in a safe environment inside. And then 2 of the resources we have on the website are Strong Bingo. And, you just do the activities on the bingo card. And I would encourage you when they're done or even during the process, videotape yourself or record yourself and post and say, hey, our family got it done. But there's things on here like go for a walk, play a board game, participate in a Y activity, refer a friend to the Y, read, color, or draw, things like that. The other thing that's on the Strong Week 2 website is Mad Libs, where it asks you to pick a specific word. It might ask you to pick a food or an adjective or a verb, an action word. And then after picking those words, you'll put it into this little story and it's super funny. So that's another thing that we have. Trying to think, what other activities?
Do you guys want to talk about, so we have a lot of families in the challenge, but there's also people who are doing this individually, or maybe it's just them and their spouse or them and their accountability buddy. What opportunities are out there for folks who maybe aren't looking for quite family activities, but more so for couples or two people or even themselves? What types of things can they do to play during Play Week?
Sure. And I would say like up here, you know, whether that's like the pickleball thing, so getting into something active that way. Otherwise at home, if it's a spouse or partner, those are still where board games can come into play. And sometimes they're games that we make up ourselves. I mean, that's really a lot of what we do, even with our other programs and big groups. But those can be done in small groups too. And just, it's really finding a way to engage and connect. I know Connect is next week, but that's where we get those positive feelings from, and having that great support system around us. So really it's no matter what we do or what that might end up being, but having that positivity around us and finding something that fulfills us, that we're interested in. Again, something that gives us that positive feeling for it.
Yeah. I think as we grow up and get older, we sometimes forget how to play. Think back to when you were a child. What was your favorite thing to do? I mean, my favorite thing to do was to play kickball or swim or go on bike rides with friends. Those are some things that you can still do as adults. Nobody said that there's no law, there's no rule that when you turn 18 or you get done with high school or done with college, that you suddenly have to stop playing. Mm-hmm. And if someone, you know, you don't have someone to play with that doesn't enjoy your same interests, find someone. Facebook is a great resource. It's amazing how much play relieves stress as an adult. And it's something that sometimes you have to schedule. I'm going to schedule just an hour to go on a hike, whether it's with my significant other or my kids or my girlfriends, something like that. But it truly does improve your brain function. It prevents burnout, getting up from your desk in the middle of the day and going outside and just walking around, something like that. And some of my fondest memories are just play memories, things that we did with the neighborhood kids. Since COVID struck, we've been making a concerted effort to stay in touch with our closest friends and family. It's not easy because you can't host a dinner party and have 15 people or 5 people. Or so we've done Zoom calls with friends where we play Never Have I Ever. Everybody has a I have or I haven't. You can see people and you can print a Never Have I Ever list off of the computer. You can download it. You can make your own questions. We had a group of our friends, we had 40 questions. And in a 2-hour span, we got through 10 because of all the stories that we told. It was so much fun. And, you know, it goes in all different directions. But right now, it's difficult to do things in person. So sometimes you have to schedule it outside. But there's, you know, go snowshoeing. If you've never snowshoed, I know I was just, didn't have time to look this up. I wanted to look up if Beaver Creek is open because they rent snowshoes. And you could go up there with your family and you could do a small hike. They have trails, or you could do a long hike. UWEC used to rent, Rec used to rent skis and snowshoes. I don't know with COVID if they're doing that now, but there's a lot of things you can do. Things that also don't take a lot of equipment or a lot of money. Walk to a lake or a river and skip rocks. When was the last time you skipped rocks? I'm thinking of some other things. Oh, go on a hunt for heart-shaped rocks. Find a heart-shaped rock and then make a game out of writing a message or writing a word to a friend, or if it's a family member. But just little things that get you out and get you using your imagination.
Yeah, and I was even thinking something that, that really intrigued me this weekend through the Y, of course, within it, but was the Zumba class. So I saw the Zumba class offered. And to me, when I think of playing, I think of being silly, dancing, being goofy with it. So Zumba stuck out as, man, that's really cool. And that's something any individual person can do at home. You can do it as a family, but as an individual as well. And even if some of these, offerings might be a little bit more mobile than you're able to be at home, there's still adaptations that you can do from home to be able to participate at the level that you feel comfortable with. So you can always do different adaptations to still participate with what we have to offer.
Yeah, I agree. I brought some props today. The Play-Doh, obviously I keep that in my desk for stress. But cups. These are styrofoam coffee cups, not environmentally friendly, but have a cup stacking contest. Everybody gets the same amount of cups, and how tall can you make it? How wide can you make it? How creative can you get? Things like that. What else? Oh, sidewalk chalk. I think one of the things on our Strong Week 2 website is make a chalk obstacle course. And I've seen this throughout the city, and this afternoon, I'm going to make one out in front of the Y. And I'll get some people to do it and show you how to do it. We'll post it on Facebook, and you can come down to the Y and do our obstacle course out in front of the Y, or you can get out your sidewalk chalk and do one of your own. But it's super fun. We used to, when I was younger, or when my boys were younger, we used to like tracing each other. And then we would write inside of our outline everything we loved about that person. Like they're smart, they're funny, they smell bad. That was always a boy one, but positive things. And it's just a good way for kids to, and adults to express their emotions. When was the last time you laid on the ground and let someone trace you, or even your hand, trace your hand, and for every finger digit, you write a nice thing about that person?
That was something we did during that furlough time too, was we did one of those little obstacle courses, and just seeing all the people from the neighborhood walking by and looking down and being like, okay, here we dance, here we got to spin in a circle, now we got to hop 3 times, like whatever it is. It was just a really cool thing to see everyone connected through all different ages, and the amount of people who stopped and like smiled and laughed with each other. It's just a really good way to keep each other involved, and to also get that feel good that you're doing stuff good for other people, but participating in it as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. These are such great ideas. I think I've been watching the comments, and there's a lot just sharing, what's available at the Y to do this week. But get out there and play. And I think we'll conclude today's chat with you guys and myself. We will share what we are doing, our 2 play activities on our calendars. I can start. I had a play activity. I was supposed to be able to play some cards with my husband last night after my daughter went to sleep. She decided to stay up until about 10:30, so that didn't happen last night. But tonight we have it marked on the calendar that we are going to be playing some good old-fashioned card games with each other. And then tomorrow because Halloween is this weekend and I won't be able to see my nieces and nephews in person, we have scheduled a family Zoom Halloween game night where all of us are going to jump on our computers and play some Halloween themed games in our Halloween costumes. So that's going to be a great chance for us to be able to see our little nieces and nephews and celebrate the holiday. So Amy, what are you and your family doing for your play activities?
Sure. So we're a pretty active family in general. So we've done some kickball this week already. We've got some flag football tomorrow night. And last night was pumpkin carving. So we did the pumpkin carving, had some Halloween music going on, and just did some different fun family activities where we can all kind of enjoy each other's company without the stressful times.
Awesome. And Bonnie, what's on your calendar for this week?
Yeah, so my boys are grown, but they will both be home this weekend. So we're going to do a bags tournament. We have bean bags that we throw, and we'll do a bags tournament. I was with some friends last weekend, and we did an outdoor activity, and we did pumpkin or gourd bowling. So we used a pumpkin or a gourd, and we set up cans or bottles, empty or full cans or bottles, and played bowling with that, and kind of kept track of our score. So that was really fun. And then, of course, if it's nice out, we'll probably do a hike on the Chippewa River Trail or out at Tower Ridge.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic. Do either of you have any closing comments you'd like to share? Otherwise, we'll conclude our week 2 Q&A session. No,
I would just say don't be afraid to play and get out there and have fun. And if you're looking for different things to do that maybe the Y isn't offering or new ideas, feel free to leave a comment or reach out and ask a question. And we're always happy to help.
Yeah, I would encourage you to, if you're on Facebook, check out our Facebook page or email one of the staff on the page, and we'll can give you some ideas if you need ideas. But sometimes you just have to force yourself to play. Get outside, do something indoors, something that's out of your comfort zone, and make time. I know it sounds silly to schedule play, but sometimes you do have to schedule it. And I think it's important for your mental health. I know it's important for mine.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for joining us today. And if you have any further questions, feel free to comment below and we'll check back and answer any questions you have. So have a great afternoon.